Hey everybody, welcome back to Miami Minute, where we cover my favorite team, the Miami Dolphins. And the preseason is officially underway for the Dolphins. Training camp's great. It's always very nice to see all the highlights come out of there, but until the preseason starts, I try not to get too excited. Right now, we're in the part of the year where I'm truly getting extremely excited and getting more excited each and every single day, and I hope you are too. And that's why you're watching a couple days after the game happened, admittedly, but hey, what are you going to do? Miami Dolphins opened up their preseason against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Saturday night. We'd seen the teams face off and join practices the week leading up to it. We'd seen a lot of highlights from our first string offense, a lot of impressive catches by Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and a lot of hype. However, being the preseason, our first stringers generally didn't play. Mike Gesicki, he was out there, but other than that, I think there were a couple of offensive linemen, and that's about it for the Miami Dolphins starting. And likewise, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers also trotted out many of their backups, which I do think is a good move. I think it's the right thing to do. I actually wrote a blog about it. Check it out on wikigoodeverythingsports.com. Teams really should sit their starters. I mean, you don't want what happened to the Jets with Zach Wilson getting injured, and people thought it was going to be like a really big injury, but fortunately it was just something that he might be able to come back for week one from. But with that being said, we had our 7th round pick, Skylar Thompson, in at quarterback, and Teddy Bridgewater was available, but fortunately we didn't need him to come into play. Tua, not active at all. Thompson was a real bright spot in this game. He has a very good chance of being a solid backup in the league. After this showing, I really do think he has what it takes. During the game, Thompson went 20 of 28 for 218 yards and a touchdown, no picks. Touchdown was to Lynn Bowden Jr., and that touchdown was extremely impressive. It was a double move on a pump fake, and he got himself wide open. He had a great game, catching 3 balls for 55 yards and that aforementioned touchdown. The Dolphins' rushing attack, however, not good at all. Myles Gaskins led the way with 27 yards. At times, the Dolphins also struggled to keep Thompson's pocket clean, which did force some not great throws, forced them to try to improvise and escape, and it's not what you want to see. I'm so tired of talking about bad offensive line play when it comes to the Dolphins. I feel like a broken record, but even in this preseason game, couldn't escape it. A lot of the starters didn't play a lot of time, so I'm hoping when the season actually starts, it'll be a lot better. We shall see. The defense, for their part, had a very mixed night. A lot of sloppy tackling and some blown coverages really plagued them. They did, however, force 2 turnovers, including one that was run back for a touchdown by Sam Agwavin. He is a preseason stud. I'm pretty sure he was in the thumbnail last season for, I think, their second preseason game for this. Hopefully, he has continued to improve and will be a contributing factor for the Dolphins defense this season. Jason Sanders continued to be one of the best kickers in the league, going 4 for 4 in their 2-point win. There are also a couple over 50 yards. He looked great. He was on, and hopeful that he will continue that into the regular season. Mike McDaniel, he got his first win, even though it's the preseason, but notably he actually iced the Bucs kicker at the end of the game. With the kick that he called a timeout on, the Bucs kicker made it. He attempted a follow-up kick after the timeout and missed it, and that is how the Miami Dolphins were able to escape Tampa Bay with a 26-24 win. So overall, my thoughts are Thompson, Bowden, Agwavin, they all deserve a spot on the team, and I'm happy that the Dolphins didn't play many of their starters. Again, like I said, I wrote a blog about it. Check it out. We could get everythingsports.com. I just don't want anything happening to the Dolphins starters. There's so much optimism going into this season that if something were to happen, and who knows, maybe something will still happen in practice, knock on wood, but I'd rather it happen there than in a meaningless preseason game to take away the excitement that this team has going on right now, because injuries just can't be avoided. Trill Williams, cornerback, he was having a very good camp. All reports tore his ACL, which sucks. We're wishing him a speedy recovery. The Dolphins actually did make a signing today. Former Minnesota Vikings cornerback Mackenzie Alexander was signed to add some depth to this team now that Trill Williams has been placed on injured reserve. So, not ideal, but hopefully Alexander is able to make an impact. I'm sure we'll see him this preseason as he tries to make this Miami Dolphins team. So yeah, I mean, that's really it. It was a pretty exciting game for a preseason game. I really did like getting to see what Skylar Thompson had. He impressed me. He really did. And I hope that we hang on to him. We don't put him on a practice squad, because I do have a feeling that if he does get placed on a practice squad, he's out of there. Someone else is definitely going to snag him because he's a talented guy. Other than that, looking forward to the rest of the week with practices and week 2 of the preseason coming up. Again, stick around to the channel. We have coverage of all the major sports with focuses for football on the Dolphins, Saints, and Patriots. So you won't want to miss that if you're a fan of any of those teams. I assume you're a fan of the Dolphins if you're this far into a couple-day late preseason game review, but hey, maybe not. Maybe you just like the channel. Anyway, subscribe, tell your friends, follow us on Twitter at WickedGoodSport, or WEverything, Instagram, WickedEverything, twitch.tv/WickedEverything, and on TikTok, search WickedGoodSports, search WickedGoodEverything. Again, I'm Brian Marr. You can follow me on Twitter at TheFakeBMarr, that's BMARR. Check out the blog, www.wickedgoodeverythingsports.com, and we will see you in the next one.